All right. Got things rolling. Welcome back to Each One, Teach One, and don't stop there. My name is Isan. I am a CEO of the organization Ulon, and tonight we are going to have a special show all about Chicago, the violent scene, what's going on, those who are missing. We're going to kind of just flood you with everything that's going on in the city right now because there has been so much going on in this last week. Thanksgiving is over, getting ready for Christmas. So I want you guys to call in, okay? Ulon.Life, the number is 312. You see it at the bottom of your screen, 738-1060. I want you guys to weigh in tonight, okay? So today we have with us Dorothy, you know what I'm saying? Dorothy, welcome to the show, sister.
Thank you.
Okay, now real quick, the reason we brought Dorothy up, Dorothy has been out here doing her thing. She's advocating for her son, and I want her to get the floor for a minute and tell us a little bit about what happened with Ronnie Man.
On October the 12th, my son, Ronnie Man, was murdered by Chicago police on 53rd and King Drive. And I've been fighting for justice since then. It's been 3 years now.
It's been 3 years. And so what are some of the things that you've done as a mother, not just so much as an advocate, but as a mother, by reaching out to some of these other mothers or just kind of feeling the lost hope? Because, you know, I deal with all different types of women that have gone through the same thing, and we actually get out here and we make things happen and we connect with each other. Just this week, we finally found a young man who was missing for a long time, who was, you know, I guess you could say unique. That's what we're going to call him. We're not going to say special. We're going to say unique. And by the grace of God, Jaquez was found. So what do you have to say, like, as far as a mother pleading your case?
With the fight and the struggle, myself personally didn't know how to deal with it. And I had met a mother, which is Pansy Edwards, because her son, Dakota Bright, was also killed by Chicago police. And I called her one night and I asked, I said, how do you deal with this? You know, like, literally, like, how's you living with this situation? And she explained it, you know, to me, and I kind of, like, you know, took her advice, you know, like, it hurts, but you just got to take it, like, you know, one day at a time, and you can't give up.
Right, right. Now, your 1 days at a time has turned into not 1, not 2, but 3 years.
Yes.
And with no, I guess, fulfilling justice, right?
Yes.
You know, so we're going to, you know, reach out to those tonight just to, I guess, not get answers, but kind of like to support. You know what I'm saying? Because I know you do have some things coming up,
Yes.
you know what I'm saying, that we're going to talk about. We're going to come right back to that because I want to kind of open up a little bit more of the floor. Again, you guys call on in, 312-738-1060. The phone lines are blowing up. Let's go ahead and take a call real quick. Caller, you are on the air with Each One, Teach One on this E-Sound. Go ahead, caller.
Yeah, how you doing today, Sam? I just wanted to
How you
call
doing?
and say that I think you guys are doing a great job, and you guys are speaking about things that most people wish they could speak about, and I'm a big fan, big fan.
I really appreciate you.
No problem. I just think you guys keep up the good work, and you know, hopefully more people will, you know, learn from this.
God bless. God bless. Thank you so much. Thank you, caller. So, you know, I think that one of the biggest things that we have supporters from all over the city, you know what I'm saying, that come in and not just calling, they've been writing me. You know what I'm saying? I get all kinds of emails. I get so much, as far as support, people come through and stuff. So what are some of the things that you want people to actually know about what's going on with this specific case?
I would like people to know that on October the 31st, 2017, it was saying basically like the video from the dash cam footage fabricated that my son basically was like unarmed because they blew the video up till they just stretched it to make it look like he had something in his hand. And they tried to contact Rahm Emanuel. He didn't have anything to say. They tried to contact Anita Alvarez. She didn't have anything to say. And
At
they
that
also,
time, when Anita Alvarez was in.
yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And they tried to contact the FBI, which enhanced the videotape to make it look like he had an object in his hand. And no one has nothing to say since this evidence came out on October the 31st, 2017. No one. I haven't heard from no one. Ron Emanuel, I haven't heard from anyone, nobody.
Okay. And so as a parent again, how does that make you feel? What are some of the things that you feel that have been taken away from you socially? Like what do you feel? How do you feel less as a citizen because of that?
It's like you can't trust the system. That's how I feel, because in other words, they saying whatever the police do to us, our kids, or anyone is justifiable, and that's not true.
That's deep. Did you hear it again? Last part that it's not what?
That's not true.
Right. So it's not viable that what's happening to our children, whether they're black and brown or even poor whites, is that we're not getting a fair shake, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So what are some of the things that you feel that can be done? Again, I need you guys to call in 738-1060. I see the phone lines blowing up, but we want to make sure that you guys are on the subject about what we want to talk about tonight is basically things that are happening in our city that we feel is a little bit misjudged, a little bit under the table, a little bit not accurate with the way that we are brought up to believe that society is supposed to be with the powers that be or those that are supposed to protect us. Okay? Real quick, so I noticed that you have a flyer.
Yes.
And can you tell us a little bit about the flyer before we go ahead to the overhead?
Okay. The flyer is for my son third annual Christmas toy drive. And I came up with that idea because his birthday is in December, and that was his most exciting month besides his kid's birthday. So I decided to turn it into the memory of him around his birthday, and that was to ask people to donate toys. And once the toys are donated, I go to like different neighborhoods, different schools, and I pass them out. I start from preschool up to second grade, and then if it's more toys, I keep going till I run out. And as they come in, I even go around in the neighborhood knocking on doors, giving out toys, or I'll post on Facebook, do anybody need any toys? So
I think that's a beautiful thing, to take a memory of somebody. Now, give Ronnie Man's full name.
Ronald Johnson III.
Okay, Ronald Johnson III. And it's a special toy drive. Where can they go, or what can they do in order to donate?
It's
And I'm also going to be putting it on our website, so you guys see Ulon.Life at the bottom of the screen. Anything that's been on this show will be on it's already on our webpage, but we will also have the breaking downs of where you can go, the places to meet, and we'll also put the flyers on there so that if anyone wants to go to Ulon.Life, they can get anything that they need. If you want to donate toys or anything that you feel the kids may need for Christmas, we'll make sure that she gets them. But go ahead.
I have 3 locations. One of them is called American Friends Services Committee. It's located at 637 South Dearborn, 3rd floor, Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Okay. And it's for toys, is where they can drop off toys at,
yes,
correct?
these are toy drop
And I'll put a
locations.
listing of this up as well on Ulon.Life. But what's the second place?
And the second place is called Women and Children First Bookshop, which is located at 5233 North Clark Street, Chicago, Illinois.
That's in my neck of the woods. Yeah, all right.
Saturday from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., Sunday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m., and Monday through Tuesday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m.
Okay, give the address again.
Okay, the first address is 637 South Dearborn, 3rd floor.
And then we're going to go to this overhead too as well real quick, just so that you guys can get an idea of it. But go ahead now. This is Ronnie Man, and I want you to just say the 2 addresses again.
Okay, and the first address is the 637 South Dearborn, 3rd floor, and that's called Americans Friends Service Committee. And the second one is Women's and Children First Bookshop, which is located at 5233 North Clark Street, Chicago, Illinois.
Okay, all right. Like I said, it's definitely a pleasure having you. I want you guys to know that she is one of many as I go around the city and I deal with mothers and fathers who have lost their children, not just to gun violence, but have lost their children, whether it be, sickle cell, cancer, I'm all over the city. I remember when Children's Memorial was still over there, like by Webster, Dickens, and Fullerton. And, I stayed over there all the time. We went there with praying vigils, for these children who got killed. And then I took it up a level to whereas it was the police brutality and those type of killings. And now, of course, it's always the gun violence as far as our own in the communities where gangs are. Obviously the mainstream of our focal point of what's happening to these children out here. And nobody wants to talk about that because it just seems like it's just supposed to be known, but it's not. So I'm getting ready to start a thing for men. Go to Ulon.Life to find out what it is by the next week. If you are a male who is 21 or over, we're getting ready to have something in the beginning of the year in January through March to whereas men will be able to go out and we're going to have a meeting point where we're going to actually take some of these young guys and do some things with them, all right? So if any men out there of all colors, all races are interested in getting in touch and giving back to the community, please get in touch with me. It's going to be real big. We're getting ready to do a big campaign on it. Ulon is out here in the streets, and we need real men to handle the business, all right? So go to Ulon.Life. Real quick, too, so after this is done, what is your next step right now as far as Running Man? What is it that you want to get seen? Are there videotapes? Are there actual, is there any type of footage? Are you starting a petition? What's going on? What do you want to do from here?
I do have help with Black Lives Matter of Chicago. They've been very supportive, and William Calloway, he's been also supported.
I was just with him this morning.
Yeah, and
he's running for I think a Senate seat. Yeah, doing something. Okay, go ahead.
And then you also can go to justiceforrunningman.com, and you can follow the story on what are we doing to bring justice to his name. And you can go by step, and we asking people also to call Kim Fox and ask her to reopen his case.
Okay, great. So again, we're gonna go to the overhead. I want people just to get a big, a look at Running Man, and I think it'll be good for people to understand that, basically. It's time, for people to make a difference and stand up. So real quick, go ahead, Quincy. We're going to go back. So as you can see, we're doing musical chairs tonight, So this queen is in. I'd like you to tell me your name first. Tell me a little bit about you.
I'm Elizabeth Gerald.
Elizabeth Gerald.
I am the mother of Marcy Gerald.
Marcy Gerald, okay.
My daughter committed suicide July 20th, 2015 as a result of a brutal rape. She was beaten and sexually assaulted. My daughter was 14 years old. She was a virgin. She was very well put together. She was an honor roll student. She had dreams of going to Harvard Law and becoming a lawyer, and then hopefully a judge and then a Supreme Court justice one day. She was, she had a lot going on for her. She would feed the homeless. She tutored people, and it was like the domino effect.
Right.
One thing led to another.
Well, first, I want to say on behalf of Ulon, and I know our supporters out here, we are very touched, and we're sorry for that. You know what I'm saying? So, and your full name again?
Elizabeth Gerald.
Yes, Elizabeth Gerald. Elizabeth. So during this process, we just had a show on teen suicide 2 weeks ago. So, what are some of your thoughts, like as far as what can you tell somebody? What have you learned from this?
When my daughter died, and I will say I did get her counseling. We did go through the counseling. It's not like I didn't get her counseling or anything, but it was the trial that pushed her over. And you got a big old 200-some pound man laughing at you, and and everything. It was just too much for her.
So the case was lost?
No, he got time.
Okay.
We ended up taking a plea deal because we just got tired of going to the courts.
Okay. How long did the case last? How long was it?
It was a year, and we took a plea.
Okay.
Because my daughter's, like I said, she's a child, and we study going back and forth to court every month. We're just going back and forth, and then, to this day, he's never shown any remorse. And we took the plea deal, and, when he was asked did he have anything to say, he told her if she wasn't so beautiful, he wouldn't have been attracted to her. So she has nobody but herself to blame for him beating and raping her. So she committed suicide after that.
So you got to see the twisted analogy that someone would use in order to, I guess, achieve what he thought was his goal, and also to kind of put her down to make her feel, of less, of a person, not just a woman, but as a person. And that's tragedy. My heart is really going out to the whole thing that the people basically tonight. You know what I'm saying, from Running Man, you know what I'm saying, to your daughter. So is there any type of campaigns going on? Is there something that people can do? Is there something that you want to, you know what I'm saying, get out there to the public right now?
Well, I have my own movement. It's MJG movement. I do work with my sister Dorothy. We actually all work together. All of us parents work together, kind of work together. But what I do is I do the suicide, the mental illness, domestic violence, bullying, etc. Because what people fail to realize is when you do your research, suicide is the second leading cause of death, and homicide is the fifth.
Correct.
But because of the stigma and because of the stigmas in our neighborhood and the media and stuff, they want to make it seem like we're just walking around shooting each other like animals and stuff. And we're not.
Exactly.
Suicide is supposed to be more a Caucasian person thing, so that's why they humanize it more. So then the gun violence in our community, they look at it like, look at those animals, where, it's just not like that. And, one of the things I always talk about is how we need to start coming together, embracing one another, loving each other, being kind to one another. And that's where it starts at, not trying to dog each other out, just come together.
Correct.
And once we can start doing that, then we can start building our community.
That's deep, of course, and that's so true. There was an incident, like I said earlier, when we were talking about Running Man. There was a Jaquez Williams, who was a young brother who was unique, developmentally delayed, was missing. And after the first day, we thought, okay, the news and media going to jump on it, you know what I'm saying, because he's developmentally delayed. He's unique. The second day passed, the third day, and if you follow any of these other cases, you know what I'm saying, that have gone on where it is, a Caucasian or anyone, you know what I'm saying, from another race, they jump on it immediately.
Yes,
Even if it's just an Amber Alert, even if it's something that, they feel they need, and they will be the ones initialize it. So with me, I've been an activist for over 25 years, you know what I'm saying? I've never, never in my history in Chicago, in this city, have I ever ran across such a delayed reaction from the news and media. I mean, I can report that a gun shooting is going on, and I got Channel 2579 and Fox on it. So repeatedly, I kept getting in touch with my contacts. Repeatedly. By I promise you, a week had gone by. The first people to do anything, which is still not saying too much, was Fox News, and Fox News posted on their website, and that was it. Nobody. So then, of course, I had to get a little militant and get out there and kind of like, pull some strings. And that night, I sent a press release for today, this morning. So, and we found this young man last night in the hospital. Praise the Lord. But, he had been a little roughed up, saying he had been, by grace of God, an ambulance saw him, a paramedic, van, and they pulled over and got him and brought him to the hospital. And at that point, we were called, and the family, they went down there. And it was just amazing that we got him in time, had not the gangs or anybody else got in touch with him, So whatever the altercation was, he was okay. So when they showed up today, I actually called it off, the press conference, because I know where my mind was going, ready to call everybody out, on, what was going on. And they wouldn't have played it. So it was neither here nor there. But my point to all this is that this has to stop. Chicago, we've got to start it in order to stick together. And this is not a black or white thing. This is a right or wrong thing. Because like I said, we had so many white supporters coming to us, and Hispanic, and and it was worldwide, literally worldwide. People from Tokyo, people that saw this posting for this young man came out and supported it and shared it on all social medias. So, Chicago, we have a problem here. Chicago definitely has a problem, and we need to. It needs to be addressed with each one of us coming together. Each one teach one. It's about us all coming together, of all races. So my heart is with you. Can you please say the name of your organization again and how they can get in touch with you?
MJG Movement. I have a Facebook page. My name is Elizabeth Gerald, which is Gerald, and then there's a TF for Team Family. And then my page is MJG Movement, and then you can also look her name up, Marcie, which is Marcie Gerald, Gerald, and there's several articles on my daughter. If you Google her, Jet Magazine, Ebony, Madam Noor, everybody's done articles on her.
Marcie Gerald, yes. Okay. And real quick, as always, we got to shout out our special Seashell crew, my boy Mo, you know what I'm saying, my boy Zuzu, my guys in the back, I got my boy Fred, you know what I'm saying, and my Sean Izzle, Jatan and Jackie, my girls, you know what I'm saying, my boy Steve, my boy KC, Tone, Big G, all those, my Seashell crew, all my other immediate family, man. Love you guys, man. I want to say before, you know what I'm saying, we got a few minutes left. Is there anything that you want to say in closing out? Something that you want to let these mothers out there know?
One thing I will tell you, as a mother I've lost 2 kids. I lost my stepson to homicide and my daughter to suicide. And I can tell you the pain is the same because they're not coming back. I have to go to the cemetery either way it goes. But what I can tell you is like I was saying earlier, we got to come together. We got to do better. We got to step up and start taking our community and the men too. We have to just start stepping up and you know, doing right by our kids and you know. We are the era where I hear some of these young boys call girls hoes, thoughts, bees. We gotta raise them better to not do that. We just gotta come and start showing being kind to one another, loving one another. How hard is that to be? When I grew up, we didn't have all this, and you know, it's just a total different era for me.
Exactly.
And you know, if we can come together and unite, we will be some powerful people.
Yes, exactly. You know what I'm saying?
And that's as a whole, not
And that's
just African American,
exactly
as a whole,
right.
us people.
Black, brown,
Yes.
Caucasian, those that mean something because like I said again, we have so much Caucasian support. People can't disclude anybody from a potential. A potential is getting it together. That's what Martin Luther King died for. You know, gave his life so that a unity base can be brought back to social justice. Sanchez, I ain't forget about you, Sanchez. I see you out there humping. But let me say this, Ronnie, man, you know what, real quick though, I do want to say something because we got to get back to the call. The call lines flooding up. Caller, you on the air with each one, teach one. You got a couple minutes, let's go.
Yes, sir. This is Ray.
Oh, what's up, Ray?
No, I'm sorry. I just got home. I don't really have anything to say. I just want to apologize for not calling the show earlier.
All right. Well, you know what, man? That's one of our special. He always calls in. We love you, Ray. I just want to say, man, I can't answer all these other calls that's coming in, and luckily he got through on that one. But that's my guy right there. Never met him, but one day he's gonna come. He always religious to the show. Let me say this, Ronnie, man. I need you guys to look out for the toy drive.
Yes.
Remember the places, but what I'm going to do on Ulon.Life, I'm going to be posting all the places. So you just copy down Ulon.Life. Make sure you guys get that because we post all the different shows. We post the things that are coming up around Chicago. We have job postings, okay? And as always, we still have more room in the Ulon facility if you know any type of woman that's going through it that is either homeless, has her kids taken by DCFS, or if she is, you know, have X's on her back, can't find employment, she's looking for a place to stay, I need you guys to go to Ulon.Life or call this number, 312-834-8020. All right? But we're getting ready to wrap this up. I just want to say, man, as always, you know you guys mean a lot to us. I see you guys in the streets out there. I know where you guys are at, man. You guys always come across me. I want to say it's been a pleasure, you know what I'm saying, for having you two beautiful queens on the show tonight. One more time, where can they see you at?
I'm Elizabeth Gerald. I have a Facebook page, Elizabeth Gerald, GERALDTF, and then MJG Movement, Marcy Gerald, GERALD, for my like page.
Okay. And don't forget, the rest of the stuff for Ronnie, man, will be on my page. This is how we get on, y'all. I love y'all, man. Each one, teach one, and don't stop there. All right, y'all, holla.